Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new series on my channel where I go through all of the occult magic and the paranormal stuff in The Sims 4. And we're starting off today in the most iconic Sims 4 occult place in my opinion, which is Strangerville. And this series as a whole is probably going to have around 100 episodes. Just so we're aware. I planned for a lot to happen. Specifically, I've planned a lot to happen to these characters we're about to meet. Because these three characters that we're about to meet are basically going to be there the entire time, until the end. Because it is their life that we are experiencing it from. So let me get you introduced with our characters for this series. This lady right here, her name is Stephanie Padilla. And she is a cancer survivor. She's got a lot of lovely outfits where she doesn't have a wig on. She does have a wig on for this one. Her family owns a very lavish ranch in Chestnut Ridge. And in my mind, Chestnut Ridge is like right past those ridges. Like it's just this, like Strangerville is a valley and then Chestnut Ridge is around it, if that makes sense. I don't know, they just seem close to me. Her mom and dad own the ranch with her brother and her sister-in-law. And her brother has a daughter named Selena. So she comes from a pretty big family that I have a feeling is only going to grow bigger. She has a soulmate aspiration and her traits are loyal, lovebug, genius, and clumsy. I do have a mod that gives me more traits for my Sims. That is why there are more traits. Next we have Kieran Blackburn. Now, Kieran also comes from a pretty wealthy family. But unlike Stephanie, who's pretty close with all her family, he's pretty distant with everyone. He kind of lives with his aunt and uncle after his parents passed away. But they do come from like the same circle. He hasn't seen his cousin Lilith in a while, which is getting a little bit concerning. But it's probably nothing, you know? He is a bodybuilder, and his, where's Simology? How long have I played this game? Bro, active, perfectionist, and neat. So he's a pretty well-rounded Sim. These two are childhood friends. They have known each other almost their whole lives. But recently they've met Charlie Pinto in high school a few years ago. And Charlie blended in with their group amazingly. Charlie has the Strangerville mystery aspiration, so they will kind of be the one exploring things around right now. And they have the paranoid, jealous, overachiever, and childish traits, which is kind of an interesting group of traits we have here, but honestly I kind of like it. And then all of them are very close to the end of teenhood. I imagine for the start of this series they have finished their senior year of high school. It's done, it's over. They've all graduated with flying colors. And in between now and college, which they will be going to university, don't worry, unless, something happens, they decided to spend the summer in this cheap little Airbnb they found that used to be an old saloon, which also has a little bar next to it for some reason. But yeah, all of them are kind of at a crossroads in life right now where they all want different things, but also they kind of feel like the life they have right now is good and they don't really want to rock the boat. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to bring Kieran and Stephanie in here because technically these guys have not gotten introduced yet. Oh, I forgot to mention that Charlie actually lives with her grandmother, or with their grandmother, in Willow Creek. And they're not rich. They're middle class, but they're not as rich as the other two. With all the things I have planned for this little trio, I have a feeling money's not really going to be an issue. Actually, not in a good way, but in a bad way, you know what I mean? Like, money's not the first problem on their mind. That makes sense. It's actually 11:45 at night, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to bed. Stephanie, that's actually not your bed. This is your bed, Stephanie. Yeah, as you can see, under her nighttime outfit, no wig, just her hair. I do want to grow her hair out as the story goes. But for now, this is her hair. If you've been on my channel long, you know that for 2 years, I played the Pack Legacy Challenge. And I still do intend to continue that. But if you saw my video on Sunday, I kind of talked about how I can't continue that right now because I use James Turner's Pack Disabler to play that. And right now, as of May 2nd, 2026, I'm recording this a month in advance, that is broken. It's broken. The game will not accept it anymore. I don't know if or when it will ever be fixed. I hope it does get fixed so I can play it again, but I'm not making any promises. And I need to turn off hair growth because, as you can see already, Kieran has a 5 o'clock shadow and I've been playing with him for 1 day. So we're going to go into cast and disable hair growth. I got a new spooky loading screen and cast background for this series because I thought I'd set the mood. This is more spooky than my cast background. My cast background is kind of not really that spooky, but it's fine. I do not want you to grow hair anywhere. At least not yet. Because you are a teenager. Maybe later down the line when you're in your 30s, I'll give you some body hair. But for now, nada. I love the turquoise plumb bob. I didn't know that was a part of it when I downloaded this loading screen. It's beautiful. She is beauty, she is grace, she is Miss United States. You know how it goes. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I recorded this episode this morning and it was great. It was very enjoyable. But about 10 minutes into that recording, my audio just decided to quit. So I am playing this for the second time today. And I do know, even though I'm going to pretend like I don't know, I do know most of the lore of this game. I know what things exist in this game, but I'm going to pretend I don't for the purposes of theatrical entertainment. So Charlie, why do you come take a picture of this strange plant in our front yard? I don't know what this plant is, but it's kind of weird looking. You are kind of hungry as well, so why don't you get some garden salad from Stephanie? Did you only make one, or are you making 0 cooking skill? 0 cooking skill. Why don't Charlie, why don't you come in here and serve breakfast, serve some eggs on toast. Things seem calm so far. It's only 7:30 in the morning, but the world does seem quite calm. More than I expected it to. Oh, we have someone walking out. We have a few people coming outside. We have a conspiracy theorist and an officer over here. And then we have a scientist as well. Okay. So Stephanie, why don't you come talk to the military guy? And Charlie, you're cooking. Why don't you come talk to this scientist, Cody? We have a few people showing up over here, which is nice. Why don't you also talk to the conspiracy theorists? And you can talk to this lady as well. Those crackpot conspiracy theorists think there's a cover-up at the secret lab in the crater, but they haven't got a clue. I should really get going now. Okay, Cody, we'll see you later. I actually don't know much about Strangerville. Up until recently, I spent most of my time in the secret lab in the crater. Have you checked out the curio shop near the trailer park? I hear they have a secret inventory that might be worth checking out. Fitness Fest. Okay. So there's a secret lab in a crater, which is probably that building you see in the world view. And then there's a curio shop near the trailer park. We actually live right next to the trailer park. So, yeah, here we go. Curio shop. Look at that. Stephanie, why don't you come and talk about Strangerville at the curio shop? Respectful introduction to this guy. Humberto Allison. You have so much potential, friendo. But you need a CC makeover, I'm afraid. And Stephanie, what's wrong, babes? Puberty? Worsening acne?
I need to turn off acne. I hate acne in this game. I hate acne, period. Have you been noticing those bizarre plants popping up around town? You best keep your distance from them. The local scientists have been running tests on them. Interesting. So Carlo is paranoid. Okay. I'm actually not going to do it with Stephanie. I'm going to do it with... Oh, hey, Miles. This is our brother. He became good friends with Charlie. Thanks. I have been for a while. Charlie, why don't you come and buy some curio items? Summer rigs are smart. I'm aware. Buy curio. Let's buy some of these spy bugs so we can spy on people. We'll buy 10. We don't need that many. Bizarre fruit. The bizarre fruit has an ominous glow to it as it contains some living spore. This thing should probably not be eaten. Okay, we won't eat it then. Talk about Strangerville with 5 Sims. Okay. Let's talk about Strangerville. Examine the sealed door at the secret lab. Okay. So we do have to travel to the secret lab. I don't know if we're going to do that today. Maybe that'll be a next episode kind of thing. Everyone is talking about the secret lab. Oh. It looks like Charlie put one of those spores in a little test tube over here, which is nice. Kieran, what can I have you do? Let's have you talk to some of the military personnel. Did you talk to that one guy? What was his face? Yeah, you did talk to him, Humberto. There are some scientists and some conspiracy theorists, but there isn't really a lot of military personnel at the moment. Okay, we're done with that as well, so all we need to examine the sealed door in the secret lab. Did I see you didn't like someone? Carlo Jang. Oh. Why are we uncomfortable, Steph? What's going on? You're just sitting doing... You don't need to do homework anymore, babes. You're out of school. Oh, who are you? Hello. You were in... I say, who are you? This girl was in my intro. I cannot talk to you. I don't know why. Oh, your stretched out face looks so weird, babes. Oh, and we have military over here. Kieran, why don't you go ahead and talk to these guys? Funny introduction. Talk about Strangerville. Why not? I do want Kieran to join the military. I think his background and just his personality lends very well to the military. I don't really know what I want these other two to do yet. I'm kind of thinking about it. Moses Wright. Why are you calling Uncle? Hey, Kieran. So listen, it's a long story, but my family's in a bit of a pickle right now, and we need a place to stay for a bit. You have extra place to sleep, right? Thanks! No, you live in a giant house with multiple beds. Find a place to sleep. What happened to Claudia? She was at our house yesterday. I wonder what happened to her. I basically brought her over to do that bit for the intro, but then I forgot she was there when I started recording. Here goes that girl again. Mildly concerning, if I'm being honest. Your neck should not be breaking like that, but what do I know? Oh, did he? Oh, haven't bugged him yet. That's right. You deserve to be bugged. You look like you are dead on the inside, and you want everyone to know about it. Also, I love that plant bug is under friendly interaction, because you think it would be under mischief interaction. Louis Shoemaker. Your last name is Shoemaker? Louis Shoemaker didn't notice the bug being planted. Use this listening device to see if Louis has information. Rival from being an overachiever. You have a rival? Nothing good could come from having two overachievers trying to one-up each other. Who's the other overachiever? Don't shove her. Be nice to Nora. You don't know what Nora's going through. That's a rule for life, by the way. You don't know what people are going through, so don't be mean to them. The implications of what we've discovered in the crater are outstanding. I mean, the secret lab is totally boring and not worth even thinking about. Well, now we have to think about it. We have to go visit it. Oh, we don't have good compatibility. I do think I want to bring Nora back in some way. I just don't know how yet. Nora's cute. Richard has potential, although and so does Humberto. We've met a lot of people today. Like, this town is full of some weirdos, for sure. I do want to go through and give everyone, like, decent makeovers. Maybe not, like, 5-star makeovers, but, you know, ones that look like they belong in the Sims world. Become BFFs. You guys are BFFs, so you should have already been BFFs, but we're gonna make you BFFs now. Carlos, how do you think we're good friends now? Aw, look at them, cutie pies. Oh, is that the same girl or a different one? No, that's the same girl. Leslie Holland. All weird and gross and stuff. Acquired the logic skill. I know what the colonel said, but come on, the people have to know what's going on that crater. So that's what Lewis said. Okay. So some people in the military want people to know what's going on in the crater. So that's something to keep in mind. It's 8 o'clock, and it's not happening. So I think I might have to do something I probably shouldn't do. I don't think I can do it again, even though I restarted the game. Which means I need to change thumbnails, because the thumbnail didn't happen this episode. So we're going to buy some fruit that's probably shouldn't be meant to digest it, and we're going to put it in our fridge. But I think it is time to hit the hay. It's late, and Kieran is starving. It's been a long day getting to know the people of Strangerville, so he's going to grab something to eat, and it looks like one of his roommates left a little apple on the counter. And just like that, boom. Just like that, he is possessed. No. Not my boy. Ugh. Not my grown man. I think that's a good place to end it for today. Next time we're going to explore the secret lab and maybe see if we can find a cure for this. I don't know how long that's going to take though. That's going to have to be something we do in the next episode of Stranger Town. Until then, Avidas and everybody.